Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Shake Rides. Today we're gonna talk about my bike Interceptor 650. Second service has been completed. So let's see what changes they have done, what is the price, what is the servicing cost, and what are problems I had. Let's go. Okay, to start with, I did not have any major problem apart from there was a screeching sound from the brakes at the back and the front, and there were vibrations, and also there was a wobbling in front at 60-70 and the higher speeds, and no other major issues as whatsoever. They changed the oil, they changed the oil filter, they did not change the air filter as such, still working good. And for the wobbling, what Clay Motors told me is that they have opened this, they realigned this, they reset this, added a lot of lubrication inside, and they said there will be no wobbling going further. And also there were a lot of tightening of the nuts, bolts, because of which the vibrations were there. So to talk about the bill, there's the bill, yeah. So talk about the bill, we have been charged around 5,225 is my total price. So they have charged the filter components and then consumer charges. This is of 600, and then you can see engine oil is costing me around 3 liters almost, and that is 2,000 rupees. Then they have done the chain lube and cleaner, 143. The rear disc pad has been replaced. That cost me around 2,254 rupees. The costlier ones because by Bray, and I'm okay with it because the brakes are very good in this. And I've spent almost around 8,500 kilometers, and I've also ridden smoothly. Sometimes I've also gone rough, and it's been 1 year now. So considering everything in the picture, the back brake pads have been changed. I'm okay with it, no issues whatsoever. The front brakes are still good, that's what they told me. I can still use it for another 3,000 kilometers, and they have also charged me around bike sanitizer for 150 rupees. So because of the brake pads, it costed me around 5,225 change, I guess 525. Yeah, if there were no brake pads, if the brake pads were good, it would have costed me around almost around 2,500 rupees, and I would say that's a very good servicing cost. Big thumbs up for that, because maintenance of these bikes, middleweight bikes like 650cc and retro theme bikes, spending 5,000 rupees in 1 year, I guess it's a good deal, because other bikes like Kawasaki, Benelli and Triumph, they charge you a bomb when you do servicing, BMW and all. I mean, it'll literally go about 10k, that's for sure. Even for the basic servicing, it'll charge you around 6,000 to 7,000 rupees. And if you're changing any parts, you're gonna sell your properties, boss. But Royal Enfield it is, and 650cc it is, and it's very reliable. The maintenance cost is very good, and it's been 1 year as of now, and 8,500 kilometers in the odometer, and I'm spending 5,000 rupees. So I can still say it's a decent price, good price, and I'm not feeling that my pockets are burning. Okay with it. So mileage is still I'm getting was of somewhere around 25 to 26 is what I'm getting. I'm okay with it, because so much of performance you're getting from this bike, that should be fine. So let's do a test ride and see if the wobbling is reduced, and let's see. Hope I'm audible. Here we go. Not feeling much of change in terms of performance. It is as smooth as it was before, it is as responsive as it was before, and one change I can feel is the brakes, especially the back ones. Then there's a new vibrate brake installed, and it's doing its job. The front one's still the same because no changes whatsoever, and vibrations have reduced. I mean, before the mirrors used to vibrate a lot, but now they are not vibrating so much. I think thumb nuts or bolts were loose, I guess. Let's take a left here. I'll do the free hands riding in the highway just to see the wobbling is there or not. The wobbling started after 7,000 kilometers. Like even 60-70 there was a wobbling, and even 80s, 90s, 100s, I mean it was risky to leave my hands and ride. There was so much of wobbling. Okay, let's see. Second gear almost 100. Third gear almost 120. My goodness. So let's leave hands now. Okay, no vibrations. There are wobbling at exactly at 80, not in 60-70. Let me do one more trial and check now. 100. Okay, so no wobbling, no wobbling, no wobbling, no wobbling, no wobbling, no wobbling. Okay, at 80 for a very short brief moment, a very short span of time, the wobbling goes. I think I need to check. Let me take a U-turn and go and ask the person what he says. So let me go to the showroom back and show them what it is. Okay guys, I went back to the service center and I spoke to the guy and I showed him that there is a wobbling exactly at 80 kilometers per hour, and no wobbling before that and no wobbling above that. So he also did a test ride and he also examined my tires. So he concluded that the front tire is kind of worn out at some places, and because of that there is a wobbling, is what he told me. I kind of believe it and do not believe it also, because these are Pirelli tires and I have not done so much of riding also, because in my trip meter if you see they're just 8,400 kilometers and the tires are pretty much new, and I believe the lifetime of these tires are somewhere around 15,000 kilometers with a decent riding is what I believe. But again, tire somewhere, there are possibilities that it could have worn out, and because if there is really a wobbling issue, it should happen in all the speeds, like 90, 100 also it should happen, but it's not happening in that way. It's happening exactly at 80 kilometers per hour. So I cannot believe him, and I cannot, and sometimes I kind of feel he's just convincing me and shooing me off that your servicing is done, you can go back home. But I cannot argue on that, because he might be right and I might be wrong. So what I will do is, I'm okay with this the wobbling at the 80s, because I'm never gonna leave my handle and ride it. There should be a problem when your hands are on the handle and you're going in the speeds of 110, 120, and then there is a wobbling in the front tire, then that's when you need to worry about it. But it's only happening in the hands-free ride, so which I do not recommend and which you're not supposed to do also, because what's the point of doing it? What are you trying to do leaving your hands in the 80s? So that doesn't make any sense. But anyway, there is a wobbling exactly at 80 when I leave my hands. Apart from that, no issues. Even the high speeds 130 is, I was feeling wobbling. Now I don't have that also, so no complaints on that. What I'll do is, I'll change my tire after 15,000 kilometers, and I'm gonna do that maybe another 6,000 kilometers when I do it, and I'll change my tire. Then I'll go and I'll talk about the wobbling. So unless we have anything to talk, we cannot just go and argue for the sake of arguing. I cannot just go, no, it's wobbling, you do something. There might be some glitch, that's the reason it's wobbling, right? So that's one thing. And the next servicing due date is somewhere around under 10,000 kilometers or 1 year, whichever comes earlier. So the service intervals, if you see, very happy about it. 10,000 kilometers was, I mean, pandemic is going on, you're not going to offices, your bike is in your garage, so for the complete 1 year you don't have to take your bike. But however, at 5,000 kilometers you have to go and check with the service people to see if the oil is good and if you need a top up. But I believe since you're not using your bike much and you don't need that also, so you can directly go to the next year and get this service done. So I'm happy about it. 5,000 rupees for a middleweight bike like 650cc. I mean, that's very amazing, man. So that's the beauty of Royal Enfield. The cost of maintenance is very good. You don't shell out so much of money, and not just service center people. I mean, Royal Enfield, Bullet, Classic 350, any other engine from Royal Enfield, most of the mechanics know how this functions, how this works. So any issues, any parts issues, even the parts are very decently priced, except for the brake pads. They cost around 2,500 and 5,000 rupees for both front and back. So for Royal Enfield, Interceptor 650 is an exception, but other bikes, the prices are as minimal as possible, and the cost of maintenance is very good. Even this Royal Enfield 650 Twin is also good, but some parts you have to shell out money, like brake pads, because they work, they damn work. And no issues. The bike is as new as when I took for the first time, like 2019 November when I took this. It is as good as that. It is as powerful as then. It is as appealing as then. So that's the video, guys. If you have liked this video, do subscribe to my channel, press the bell icon for the latest updates. If you have anything to say, do comment in my comment section. And this is Sheikh, and I'm signing off. You take care of yourself. Bye.